And we start tonight with the redistricting battle. Democratic and Republican state lawmakers are speaking out about next steps for a special election in California to redraw our congressional maps. Now, it comes as some Texas Democrats have returned to Texas tonight, allowing the Texas House of Representatives to regain quorum for the start of the second called special session. More than 50 Texas House Democrats left 2 weeks ago as Republicans push to redraw Texas's maps to add 5 more Republicans to Congress. The Texas Senate approved the plan. The House is now likely to do so. Now, as California leaders have pushed back over the past few weeks, redrawn maps were released on Friday, showing a path to add 5 more Democrats to Congress. We are diving into some of those newly drafted districts tonight. But first, I want to bring in ABC 10's Becca Hobbecker, who is joining us live in studio. Becca, lawmakers are on a very tight deadline this week if they want to make that special election happen to get those maps approved, right?
Yeah, tight deadline indeed. In fact, they have to do it by Friday. They have until then to pass a package of bills that would approve the newly redrawn maps, call for a special election, including reimbursement to counties for holding that election, and temporarily bypass a constitutional amendment passed by voters in 2008 that requires redistricting to be done by an independent commission. Governor Newsom's plan would put in place these Democrat-favoring maps in the 2026, 28, and 30 elections, and here's how both parties are reacting to the plan.
The more power Donald Trump and Republicans seize, the more power they demand.
Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas said the plan to redistrict in favor of Democrats is a direct response to what Texas Republicans are doing at the behest of Donald Trump, trying to redistrict in favor of Republicans to maintain control of the U.S. House of Representatives in the 2026 midterms.
You will see us vote and discuss in public. You will see that, as opposed to Texas, where it was done by just elected officials, this goes to the people.
In response, Republican lawmakers had fiery words for the Democrats here at the Capitol Rotunda, vowing to fight this legislation all week and beyond if necessary.
We don't believe that gerrymandering should be happening anywhere. And in fact, Republicans today are introducing resolutions that call on Congress to make sure that every state in the nation has independent redistricting processes. That should be the case in Texas, and it should be the case here.
Republicans suggest the proposed maps favor Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas and Senate President Pro Tem Mike McGuire if either man were to run for Congress. New maps would put McGuire in Republican Doug LaMalfa's district, one of 5 targeted to be flipped Democratic in 2026. Rivas would be in Democratic Representative Zoe Lofgren's district.
They are lying to voters on the ballot by claiming, therefore, independent redistricting, when in fact these politicians are trying to seize back power from the citizens to once again manipulate the districts.
I asked both leaders about this criticism from Republicans and whether they plan to run for Congress. In a statement to ABC 10, a political spokesperson for Rivas said the speaker is 100% focused on his job. He endorsed Representative Lofgren for re-election. He's not running for any other office, and his priority is stopping Trump's power grab. The new map does not favor the speaker. It makes the district less blue, includes areas he's never represented, and is 99% identical to the current map. A spokesperson for Pro Tem McGuire says, in part, the Pro Tem is focused on the job he has leading the Senate, and any speculation on who will run for these seats before voters even have a say is wildly premature and inappropriate.
Republicans say they're considering filing lawsuits on the state and even federal level to stop this redistricting process if it passes through the State House and goes to a vote in November. Democrats say if Texas stands down on its redistricting, so will California. So we'll see. Alex.
All right, Becca, thank you. And California's draft maps are targeting 5 Republican Congress members, as Becca mentioned. The man who redrew the newly published map, Paul Mitchell, says that the changes are meant to flip 5 Republican districts to Democratic and shore up Democratic support in 5 other districts. So those targeted in those areas are Congressman Doug LaMalfa in District 1, Kevin Kiley in District 3. We also have David Valadao, Ken Calvert, and Darrell Issa in Southern California. Now, we spoke to Paul Mitchell on Friday about it all.
We should be in a situation where only 4 members of Congress go back as Republicans. And why would we do this? It's because of what Texas is doing.
San Joaquin County's Republican Party is calling this a worst-case scenario. San Joaquin County is currently split between 2 congressional districts. The proposed map splits it among 5. For the city of Lodi, the new map would split the city into 3 different districts. It is currently all in the same.
For us, it's not partisan. This is about our county, the residents of our county, and having a representative in Congress who is going to not only be from our county and be our voice, but also be someone who's almost guaranteed to listen to our issues, what's important to us.
The San Joaquin County Democratic Party says the new maps aren't perfect, but understands the need to push back.
What happens in Texas will directly affect California because of the way that the House of Representatives works. So it is a very local issue when we have one party completely rigging the system on a national level.
And the state assembly says Californians have an opportunity to view the new draft maps and also submit public comments. So take a look at this. This map is available on aelc.assembly.ca.gov. There is an interactive map and a place to fill out and submit a comment card. You can view the maps for yourself on this website. And of course, we've also shared a link to this on abc10.com. President Trump mentioned redistricting today and called out California during his Oval Office meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Trump mentioned redistricting while talking about mail-in voting, suggesting mail-in ballots are the bigger issue.
Now, we got to stop mail-in voting, and the Republicans have to lead the charge. The Democrats want it because they have horrible policy. If you have mail-in voting, you're not going to have many Democrats get elected. That's bigger than anything having to do with redistricting, believe me. And the Republicans have to get smart.
Governor Newsom responded to this statement today, posting on X, quote, Trump says the quiet part out loud. Turns out if you don't suppress the vote, Democrats win. And this redistricting battle is, of course, far from over. Many states are now looking at redistricting ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. This includes Texas, Florida, Missouri, Indiana, and Ohio, which could add more opportunities for Republicans in Congress. ABC News reports Indiana Republicans have been invited to the White House next week to discuss plans. And as for the Democrats, California, Wisconsin, New York, Illinois, and Maryland could add more opportunities for Democrats in Congress. It is possible other states could also look at redistricting in a redistricting battle that's now only heating up, something we'll continue to follow.